Today, we have a very exciting comparison between two of the most powerful and affordable flagship phones of 2024, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro and the OnePlus 12R. Both of these phones have recently launched in India, and they offer some amazing specs and features for a very competitive price. But which one is better? Which one should you buy? Well, that's what we're going to find out in this video. But before we do that, I have a special surprise for you. I'm giving away a Funko Pop of your choice to one lucky winner. Yes, you heard me right. You can win a Funko Pop of a random character from a variety of franchises, from Star Wars to Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. Watch till the end to find out how to enter the contest. Trust me, you don't want to miss this opportunity. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, let's talk about the design and build quality of these phones. The iQOO Neo 9 Pro comes in two variants, Conqueror Black and Fiery Red. The black variant has a satin-like finish on the plastic back, while the red variant has a vegan leather finish. Both of them look and feel premium, and they are also water and dust resistant. The phone has a dual camera setup on the back with two large circular cutouts and a punch-hole selfie camera on the front. The phone is fairly thin and light, measuring 7.99mm in thickness and 190 grams in weight. The OnePlus 12R, on the other hand, comes in two colors, iron gray and cool blue. The phone has a glass back with a matte finish and an aluminum frame. The phone also has a triple camera setup on the back, with a ridged design that resembles a watch, and a punch-hole selfie camera on the front. The phone is slightly thicker and heavier than the iQOO Neo 9 Pro, measuring 8.8mm in thickness and 207 grams in weight. The phone is also water and dust resistant. Both phones have a dual SIM slot, a USB Type-C port, and stereo speakers, but neither of them has a headphone jack. So, in terms of design and build quality, both phones are pretty similar, and it comes down to your personal preference and taste. Next, let's talk about the display of these phones. The iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a 6.78-inch LTPO AMOLED display with a resolution of 2800 into 1260 pixels, which is equivalent to 1.5K. The display has an adaptive refresh rate of up to 144 Hz and a peak brightness of 3000 nits. The display also supports HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and 10-bit color depth. The display is very sharp, vibrant, and smooth, and it can adjust the refresh rate according to the content and battery level. The OnePlus 12R also has a 6.78-inch LTPO AMOLED display, but with a lower resolution of 1264 into 2780 pixels, which is equivalent to FHD+. The display has a fixed refresh rate of 120 Hz and a peak brightness of 4500 nits. The display also supports HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and 10-bit color depth. The display is also very sharp, vibrant, and smooth, but not as much as the iQOO Neo 9 Pro. Both displays have a fingerprint scanner under the screen, and they are protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. So, in terms of display, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a slight edge over the OnePlus 12R, as it has a higher resolution, a higher refresh rate, and a higher brightness. Moving on to the cameras, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a dual camera setup on the back, consisting of a 50MP main camera with a Sony IMX890 sensor and an 8MP ultra-wide camera. The main camera has an aperture of f1.88 and it supports PDAF, laser AF, and OIS. The ultra-wide camera has an aperture of f2.2 and it covers a 112-degree field of view. The phone can record 8K videos at 30 FPS and 4K videos at 60 FPS with gyro EIS and OIS. The phone also has a 16MP selfie camera on the front with an aperture of f2.45. The OnePlus 12R has a triple camera setup on the back, consisting of a 50MP main camera with a Sony IMX890 sensor, an 8MP ultra-wide camera, and a 2MP macro camera. The main camera has an aperture of f1.8, and it also supports PDAF, laser AF, and OIS. The ultra-wide camera has an aperture of f2.2, and it covers a 112-degree field of view. The macro camera has an aperture of f2.4, and it can focus as close as 4 centimeters. The phone can also record 8K videos at 30 FPS and 4K videos at 60 FPS with gyro EIS and OIS. The phone also has a 16MP selfie camera on the front with an aperture of f2.4. Both phones have similar camera specs and performance, and they can capture some stunning photos and videos in various lighting conditions. They also have some common features, such as HDR, night mode, portrait mode, panorama, time-lapse, slow motion, and pro mode. However, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has some additional features, such as Supermoon, Ultra HD document, long exposure, and dual view video. So, in terms of cameras, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a slight edge over the OnePlus 12R as it has more modes and features. Now let's talk about the performance and software of these phones. The iQOO Neo 9 Pro is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset, which is a 4nm octa-core processor with a clock speed of up to 3.2 GHz. The phone also has an Adreno 740 GPU and up to 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of UFS 4.0 storage. The phone runs on FunTouch OS 14, which is based on Android 14. The phone also has a dedicated gaming mode called Monster Mode, which boosts the CPU and GPU performance and optimizes the network and memory. The OnePlus 12R is also powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset, which is the same processor as the iQOO Neo 9 Pro. The phone also has an Adreno 740 GPU and up to 16 GB of RAM and 256 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. The phone runs on Oxygen OS 14, which is also based on Android 14. The phone also has a gaming mode called Fnatic mode, which enhances the gaming experience by blocking notifications, optimizing the network, and improving the haptic feedback. Both phones have very similar performance and software, and they can handle any task or game with ease and speed. They also have some common features, such as Face Unlock, Dark Mode, Screen Recorder, and Always-On Display. However, the OnePlus 12R has some additional features, such as Zen Mode, Parallel Apps, Quick Launch, and Work-Life Balance. So in terms of performance and software, the OnePlus 12R has a slight edge over the iQOO Neo 9 Pro, as it has more RAM, more storage, and more features. Finally, let's talk about the battery and charging of these phones. The iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a 5160 mAh battery, which can last for a full day of moderate to heavy usage. The phone also supports 120-watt wired charging, which can charge the phone from 0 to 40% in just 9 minutes, and from 0 to 100% in just 26 minutes. The phone also supports reverse wired charging, which can charge other devices using a cable. The OnePlus 12R has a 5500 mAh battery, which can also last for a full day of moderate to heavy usage. The phone also supports 100-watt wired charging, which can charge the phone from 0 to 100% in just 26 minutes. The phone also supports reverse wired charging, which can charge other devices using a cable. Both phones have very similar battery and charging, and they can provide a long-lasting and fast charging experience. However, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a slightly faster charging speed, as it can charge the phone from 0 to 40% in just 9 minutes, while the OnePlus 12R can only charge from 0 to 30% in the same time. So, in terms of battery and charging, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a slight edge over the OnePlus 12R, as it has a faster charging speed. So, to sum up, the iQOO Neo 9 Pro and the OnePlus 12R are both very impressive and affordable flagship phones, and they have a lot in common. However, they also have some differences, and each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. The iQOO Neo 9 Pro has a better display, a better camera, and a better charging speed, while the OnePlus 12R has more RAM, more storage, and more features. The iQOO Neo 9 Pro is also cheaper than the OnePlus 12R, as it starts from 35,999 rupees, while the OnePlus 12R starts from 39,999 rupees. So, which one should you buy? Well, that depends on your personal preference and needs. If you want a phone with a higher resolution, a higher refresh rate, a higher brightness, and a faster charging speed, then you should go for the iQOO Neo 9 Pro. But if you want a phone with more RAM, more storage, and more features, then you should go for the OnePlus 12R. Both phones are excellent choices, and you won't regret buying either of them. So, that's it for this video. Now it's time to reveal how to enter the Funko Pop giveaway contest. It's very simple. All you have to do is to like this video and leave a comment about which of the two phones you think is superior and why. Also, make sure to include #giveaway at the end of your comment. That's it. You're in. You can increase your chances of winning by subscribing to my channel, The Tech Critic, and watching and commenting on all of my uploaded videos during this week. The more you watch and comment, the higher your chances of winning. The winner will be announced in 1 week, so make sure you turn on the notifications to stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and stay smart. Peace out.